Hello, I'm Dr. Mike. Today we are going to talk about the importance of your puppy's first visit to the veterinarian. We will discuss what to expect, what documents you should bring, and what topics your veterinarian may discuss with you. To learn more, we're going to meet with Dr. Ryan Bloser, a veterinarian in Capistrano Beach, California.
On the first visit to the vet, the owner of the puppy should bring a good fecal sample, representative, maybe one that's within that day, that was past that day. Any history on vaccines that they have been given, history on deworming, any medications that the puppy is currently on, and any list of questions that they might have about the breed itself. Topics that the veterinarian should discuss with the owner would be diet, making sure that they're on an appropriate diet for a puppy at this age, that they know roughly when that should start to change to an adult diet, and the quantity, how much they're feeding at a time and how often. Questions about the vaccine status and how often we do vaccines, and for how long and what we're covering those puppies for. Certainly flea and tick control, making sure that they're covering the animal for the appropriate parasites that are in their area. Fleas, ticks, heartworms, certainly a big one here. I would be wanting to know whether they're planning on doing any training with the puppy and whether they're prepared for what's to come in this breed. Products, supplements, things like dietary supplements, vitamins. At the first puppy visit, the veterinarian should be looking for things like any congenital defects, for instance, dentition and palate defects, any irregularities with the oral cavity. We like to look at their eyes and ears. We'll use a scope to look down into the ears to make sure there's not an excessive amount of gunk in there or evidence of ear mites. We have a feel of their little lymph nodes underneath their neck to see that there isn't any swellings there. We look for any umbilical hernias or abdominal defects, anything that's obvious, which are common in puppies. We listen to the heart and lungs to make sure there isn't any evidence of an early respiratory infection, but certainly more importantly the heart murmurs that we can pick up on in young puppies. Any conformational defects, anything that looks like lameness or an obvious abnormality in the way the puppy moves at the exam. Vaccine series in puppies is important because we're basically covering them during a period when their own immune system is at a disadvantage. It's during that time that you also want to avoid any major contact with other animals that you don't know the vaccine history of or don't know the current health status of. Puppies need to be dewormed, one, because as puppies they have their nose to the ground all the time. They're constantly picking things up and licking and chewing things which adult dogs won't be doing quite as much. So they're just exposed more to a lot of the parasites that we see. We see them as puppies. They can be born with certain parasites, even just in the litter amongst them in an environment where they've been reared. You're going to have higher loads of parasites oftentimes. So it's routine for us to do a basic deworming, mostly to just cover for those bases, and we also check a stool to make sure that there's nothing beyond the scope of that basic dewormer that might be present there too.
Dr. Ryan gave us an overview of your puppy's first visit. Remember the importance of a thorough physical exam, proper vaccine protocols, and parasitic control. I'm Dr. Mike, and thanks for watching.